check out the content on Brandon with a Y and here on NowayitsBrandyn. NowayitsBrandyn, power to the gamer. Rated E for everyone. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You guys know who it is. It's your guy, NowayitsBrandyn, coming at you guys again with another video for today. How are you guys doing, man? You guys doing well? You guys doing great? You guys doing absolutely stupendously fantastic as always, guys. We are back right at it with some more Riders Republic today. But before we hop right into it, I just want to share with you guys, I do have a new channel membership here on NowayitsBrandyn. So if you guys would like to support your boy, it would be greatly appreciated. You guys can have access to some really cool channel badges, and you will have those next to your name. So if you do join up, you will have some pretty cool looking Spartan helmets that I designed myself after Halo Spartans, our boy the Master Chief, and you guys will have access to the exclusive channel emojis that I custom made myself for you guys to use here in the comment section. Feel free to sign up if you guys would like to. If you want to support your boy for like a few bucks, please feel free. And now, without further ado, let's just hop right into the sponsor contracts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start off with the finish in top 3 in snow race events and simultaneously complete snow race events without breaking. So thankfully for today's first rotation of Red Bull sponsor contracts, we have some combinations here that will allow us to complete, or rather earn progress for more than one at the same time. So we're going to start off with Red Bull Home Run here. And if you guys have been following the series here on the channel, this is one of the simplest races that you can possibly complete in Riders Republic. It is a pretty quick one. You can definitely choose other ones if you would like to, but I always opt in to play, or rather to stick to the same few events that are as easy as they can get for me personally, and hopefully easy for you guys as well. So in regard to this specific event, it's not too difficult. It is just one run. It should take you less than 2 minutes to get through it, and all you have to do is just play this one 3 times in a row to complete finish in top 3 in snow race events. But keep in mind, this time around, the sponsor contract does mention top 3. So just first place, second place, or third place will be just fine. But I do recommend playing it on standard difficulty here. If you are more novice to the game, if you're newer to the game, or if you're not as comfortable with snow race events, or if for whatever reason you just want to chill out, you don't want to work too hard, and that's kind of the whole gist of this. So this is one of the better events to play, and you also still earn some progress toward your careers to unlock new gear and stuff. So but within one of these 3 runs though, as you're playing through this, let's just say if, for example, you do have these specific contracts, right? So for the purposes of this video, we're focusing on completing a snow race event without breaking and getting top 3 finishes 3 times in a row. So for this specific combination, if you have something similar, you want to make sure that you try your darndest to not hit your break button. You do not have to win with the snow race no breaking contract for today, but you do have to keep in mind though that if you are going to be racing on a track like this one without breaking, if it's a little more difficult for you, you are for sure going to want to play this on standard difficulty, because you can very easily lose control, oversteer in an event like this, because this specific track is a little more on the windier side. It's a lot more sharper turns. So if you play on standard, that pretty much means that you do not have to accelerate as fast as you might normally would during, let's just say, multiplayer competition, or if you are riding or racing on a higher difficulty here. So for the purposes of this video and for the sponsor contract, boom, snow race, no breaking. I just completed it here, and that whole time I pretty much laid off the brake button the whole time. And if it helps you guys out, just keep your finger off of your brake button. Just do not have it anywhere near, and really focus, on taking your time, going slow, playing it on standard difficulty. So if once you do complete the race without hitting your brake button, then you can definitely increase the difficulty if you would like to. Because if you increase the difficulty of the AI, yes, you will earn more progress toward your careers to unlock faster gear, but then you're going to have to send it a lot more with the amount of speed that you're going to need to beat the AI, which would probably mean that you're going to have to tap your brake button here and there to not lose so much control. So for the last 2 runs for myself, I definitely let myself loose, and I definitely just hit my brake button every so often here, just so that way I can keep myself on track. But I am definitely going a lot faster than the first run that I had, because as I said, during the first run, I was mainly focusing on trying to complete the event without hitting the brake button. But that is pretty much it for this one, guys. So definitely, whenever you are racing on any sort of event for snow, or really any other kind of event in general, and you have to refrain from hitting your brake button, play it on standard mode, make it easy for yourself, keep your finger off of it. And for the other runs, if you have other sponsor contracts where you have to get top 3 for races, then for those contracts, you can definitely crank up the difficulty. And that is pretty much it for these two. So we're pretty much killing 2 birds with 1 stone in this first segment. And now let's move on to the final sponsor contract for today's rotation. For the final sponsor contract today that we are going to tackle for the Red Bull sponsor here, we have to win Big or Boss Snow Tricks events. And we are going to go with the old faithful Red Bull Line Catcher. So for Red Bull Line Catcher, I'm sure quite a few of you guys might be familiar with the get down already, but in case you happen to be new, I always prefer to play Red Bull Line Catcher, and I'm actually demonstrating here with a standard snowboard just to show you guys how simple it really is, and you do not need any crazy gear or anything like that. But pretty much to complete this specific to complete this specific sponsor contract, there we go. All you need to do is just win. So the sponsor contract, again, does not specify any difficulty. So feel free to play this on standard. I actually recommend playing it on standard, especially for most players if you are just trying to speedrun through your sponsor contract. And when you play on standard, that just effectively decreases the amount of points you have to earn to win the event. And this is a 2-run event, so if you really wanted to, you could just stomp out a good first run and then just ride right through your second run during the event. And the main reason I always prefer to play events, bigger boss events such as Red Bull Line Catcher, just in general, is because these events typically have a set amount of points you have to beat the AI on. I didn't really say that right, but basically I'm just trying to say the scoreboard to the top left does not change as you're actively playing through the event. Whereas with other events in the game, if you are playing other events in tricks events, for example, there is a probability where if you're playing with the AI is kind of scoring in real time. So if you're kind of stomping out the AI throughout the event and you are in first place for the time being, but if you cross the finish line too soon while you are in first place, then magically the AI will have more points than you and you will end up losing. I do not know why that is the case. So I always try to play events such as this one where the scoreboard is already set right upon starting the event. That is the best way to do it, and that just avoids a lot of frustration, because if a lot of you guys have been watching me play Riders Republic, especially through the career mode, you probably have seen me complain a few times, especially during these wingsuit events. Wingsuit events, I will be killing it and I will be in first place. And then as soon as I cross the finish line, magically the AI has, you know, 200,000 more points than me. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, man, I digress. So for this one, just play it on standard mode and just kill it in the first run, and then just fly right on through, play it 3 times in a row, stress-free, and that's pretty much it for this rotation of sponsored contracts. We have a fresh set of sponsored contracts for the new day. So we are 1 contract away from reaching the next rank. And these look like some pretty familiar ones here. So for the bottom one, top 3 air, it says finish in top 3 in air events. And as you guys might know by now, I really like to tackle any sort of air events ones first if I can help it, because man, air events are my least favorite. But with the tried and true faithful, we are going to go with the Ridge TV Dragonfly. So Ridge TV Dragonfly, it is honestly one of the easiest air events in the game practically. And granted, it is a big event, but it is really not that difficult. So for this one, just set it on standard difficulty because the game just says to finish in top 3, but it doesn't say, you know, on which difficulty exactly. So if there is no difficulty specified, as I always say, just play it on standard mode. And so for this one, you have to work for it maybe a little bit, but not really too much, because traditionally with a lot of these air events sponsors, it simply says to complete the event. So whenever it says to simply complete the event, that does not mean that we have to earn any specific amount of points, nor do we have to earn a specific placing within a podium. So for this instance, and for this specific sponsor contract, it actually says finish in top 3 in air events. So for this one, you can definitely shoot for just 3rd place. And this is another one of those events where the scoreboard does not shift while you are playing it. So this is going to be one of those where you can be more than comfortable with shooting just for 3rd. And once you cross the finish line, you will end up in 3rd. So the AI will not magically have more points than you, because this is not a real-time AI or ghost event. These are simply just scoreboards that you have to beat, and you are the only competitor within the event. So once you aim for the 3rd place position, or the 2nd place, or the 1st if you'd like to, just fly all the way down, just like we have been doing in more recent videos. But I will say this, since it is a top 3 specific sponsor contract, if you guys are very familiar with the air controls in the game, and if you're very comfortable with scoring a lot of proximity points, I would definitely recommend playing this on a higher difficulty. So that way, if you guys haven't yet, you can earn much quicker and just better gear for your air events, because when you play any air event in general, you will earn rocket wings and wingsuits. So if you are somebody that is much more comfortable with playing on higher difficulties, and you've yet to really unlock some of the fastest, or rather more meta rocket wings and wingsuits in Riders Republic, this is going to be another one of those opportunities where while you are completing these sponsor contracts, you can simultaneously earn a lot more progress toward quicker and better gear for your career modes while you are speedrunning through these sponsor contracts. So I just wanted to stress that point, but I think for most people, you kind of just want to keep it on standard mode, and you definitely don't have to push yourself too hard if you do not want to, because again, this whole series is preaching speedrunning, the easiest way to get through all these contracts, and just getting your Red Bull helmets, any gear that you really want to collect in these sponsored programs. But anyway, guys, just play this one 3 times in a row, and then that should really do it for this sponsor contract. All right, ladies and gentlemen, heading into the last segment of the video here, we have some pretty familiar sponsor contracts. I think, albeit the Bike Tricks one is a little bit different here, but for complete Bike Tricks events 0 out of 5, we are going to head over to Splintered again in Sequoia. And just as I've been saying in previous videos, you simply want to just ride through this one 5 times in a row. There is no difficulty specified. Play it on standard if you'd like to. You do not have to score any points traditionally, but this time we do have the Bike Tricks points sponsor contract. So I opted in for riding through these events, doing more tricks than usual, not specifically just riding through it, because you do have to earn over 200,000 points. And you know how the sponsor contract says in Bike Tricks events to accumulate the points? That does not mean that you have to earn all of these points in a single event. You can definitely spread them out in different runs. So this specific event is only one run, but you can definitely keep earning points as you keep replaying it 5 times. And you can definitely earn the points in total, accumulative. You do not have to stress out about earning over 200,000 points all in one go. You can definitely just spread it out if you'd like to, but do keep in mind though that you still have to play this out of 5 times, because we have to, you know, complete the Bike Tricks events just in general. But that is pretty much it for this one. You can definitely complete these however you'd like to. I do know that not every single day we have the same combination of sponsor contracts, but you know, if somebody has a similar combination out there, this is definitely the best way to do it. But even if I did, or rather even if you did, or if I didn't have both of these contracts at the same time, I would still definitely just play Splintered. Or if I only had the in Bike Tricks events accumulate points, then I might just play the Santa Cruz Gravity Fest. But since I have to complete 5 Bike Tricks events in a row, it's gonna take me a lot longer to speed run through the Santa Cruz Gravity Fest versus playing Splintered. And this did not specify big or boss Bike Tricks events. It simply just said complete Bike Tricks events. So you do have more agency in which event you can play. And so it kind of just lined up perfectly, since you have to play through this 5 times anyway, or at least in my instance, I had to play through Splintered 5 times anyway. I may as well do the tricks within the specific event. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to do it for this one. And just as a reminder, no difficulty. There is no top 3 for these 2 events. Just play through them, just score your points, stress-free. Just speed run through it, just slam it in there. That was really weird for me to say it like that, but now let's just close out the video. That is going to have to do it for this one, guys. If this video helped you guys out, please feel free to like it up, share it with your buddies that also play Riders Republic, and feel free to drop any questions down below if you guys have any other questions regarding Riders Republic with sponsor contracts or really anything in general. If you just want to say what's up, please feel free. And hey, feel free to check out my animation channel at Brandon with the Y if you guys would like to. But anyway, if you guys can please like, subscribe, comment, and enjoy the content, that'd be absolutely stupendously fantastic, guys. And as usual, I will see you in the next one, and cue the outro.